In a dramatic turn of events, the chairman of the Cambodian Senate, Hun Sen, publicly credited former United States President Donald Trump with orchestrating a ceasefire between Cambodia and Thailand, an intervention he claimed saved tens of thousands of lives. In a statement issued at 1:30 a.m. on July 29th, shortly after the border truce took effect, Hun Sen expressed his profound gratitude, stating this: "I extend my sincere thanks to President Donald Trump. His initiative led to the ceasefire and peace between Cambodia and Thailand. This declaration ignited a flurry of international attention, casting a spotlight on a conflict that had quickly escalated into the most severe border clashes between the two Southeast Asian neighbors in over a decade. The conflict, which erupted near the ancient Ta Moan Tom Temple on the morning of July 24th, rapidly spread along various sections of the shared border. The violence claimed a total of 38 lives, with 25 fatalities reported on the Thai side and 13 in Cambodia, underscoring the gravity of the situation and the urgent need for de-escalation. The historical roots of these border disputes run deep, often centered around ancient temple sites and ill-defined colonial-era boundaries, leading to sporadic but often deadly confrontations over many decades. President Trump's involvement began with a series of high-level phone calls on July 26th. He reportedly engaged in separate discussions with Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet and Thailand's acting Prime Minister Phumtham Wechayachai regarding the escalating border conflict. Following these calls, Trump took to social media, announcing that both leaders had agreed to meet face-to-face to quickly agree on a ceasefire. This direct, personal approach, characteristic of Trump's foreign policy style, it's bypassed traditional diplomatic channels and swiftly set the stage for direct negotiations. Indeed, the crucial negotiation session convened in Putrajaya, Malaysia's administrative capital, on the afternoon of July 28th. The talks were skillfully coordinated by Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. Following the discussions, Prime Minister Anwar announced that Cambodia and Thailand had reached an agreement for an immediate and unconditional ceasefire, effective from midnight on July 29th. This rapid resolution was met with widespread relief, though the underlying tensions remained palpable. Prime Minister Hun Manet, echoing his father's sentiments, also conveyed his appreciation to President Trump, acknowledging his decisive mediating role through the July 26th phone calls. Hun Sen further lauded Trump's mediation efforts as a great initiative that saved tens of thousands of lives in both Cambodia and Thailand. Beyond Trump, he extended thanks to Prime Minister Anwar for his coordination, and notably to our Chinese friends and friendly nations who had supported the ceasefire efforts, hinting at a broader network of diplomatic engagement. On July 28th, United States Secretary of State Marco Rubio confirmed American participation in the Malaysian-led process aimed at fostering dialogue to end the Thai-Cambodian conflict. He affirmed Washington's commitment to continue collaborating with all parties and to remain deeply involved in the process. President Trump, in turn, celebrated the outcome on his Truth Social platform, declaring that the two countries achieved a ceasefire and peace after my involvement, proudly asserting, "I am proud to be a president of peace." However, the immediate aftermath of the ceasefire was not without contention. In the early hours of the morning following the agreement, Thailand accused Cambodia of continuing to fire at several points along the border, alleging a violation of the ceasefire. Cambodia vehemently denied these claims, asserting that the situation had calmed down since the truce came into effect. This discrepancy highlights the fragile nature of peace agreements and the deep-seated mistrust that often lingers after periods of intense conflict. Multi-dimensional analysis and unpacking the narrative. This diplomatic episode, while seemingly a straightforward success story of conflict resolution, invites a multi-dimensional analysis, particularly through the lens of geopolitical strategy and even the speculative realm of conspiracy theories, where bypassing traditional diplomatic protocols. His intervention in the Cambodia-Thailand conflict perfectly aligns with this approach. Rather than relying on State Department bureaucracy or multilateral institutions like ASEAN, Trump engaged directly with the leaders. This style can be seen as either highly effective in cutting through red tape and achieving rapid results, or as a risky, unpredictable method that undermines established international norms. For Trump, this swift resolution offered a tangible foreign policy win, bolstering his self-proclaimed image as a president of peace, a narrative he frequently employed, particularly during his political campaigns. This success could serve as a valuable talking point for any future political endeavors, demonstrating his perceived ability to resolve complex international disputes through sheer force of personality and direct negotiation. The geopolitical chessboard of Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia is a region of immense strategic importance, a critical crossroads for global trade and a battleground for influence between major powers, primarily the United States and China. While the border conflict was bilateral, its resolution, especially with active U.S. involvement, carries broader geopolitical implications. The U.S., under any administration, will fulfill it. Seeks to maintain its influence and demonstrate its relevance in a region where China's economic and military footprint is rapidly expanding. Trump's intervention could be interpreted as a strategic move to reassert American engagement and capacity for decisive action, potentially countering perceptions of waning U.S. commitment in the face of China's growing regional dominance. The mention of Chinese friends by Hun Sen, while seemingly innocuous, subtly acknowledges China's pervasive influence in Cambodia, even as the U.S. takes public credit for the ceasefire. ASEAN's role and regional efficacy. The fact that an external power like the United States, alongside a single ASEAN member, Malaysia, took the lead in mediating this dispute, rather than ASEAN as a collective entity, raises questions about the bloc's effectiveness in resolving internal conflicts among its members. While ASEAN's principle of non-interference is often cited, its inability or reluctance to swiftly and decisively mediate such a serious conflict between two of its own members might suggest limitations in its conflict resolution mechanisms. Malaysia's proactive role, followed by an equally swift and high-profile resolution facilitated by a major global figure like Trump, suggest a degree of prearrangement or strategic timing. This theory posits that the conflict, or at least its rapid de-escalation, might have been a convenient stage for a specific diplomatic outcome. For instance, it could be argued that the conflict was allowed to reach a critical point where a hero could step in and claim a significant foreign policy victory. Who benefits from such a scenario? Trump gains a powerful narrative for his political brand. Cambodia and Thailand achieve a rapid cessation of hostilities, potentially under terms that might have been quietly discussed beforehand, avoiding prolonged and costly warfare. The effusive praise from Hun Sen, a seasoned political operator known for his strategic acumen, could be interpreted by some as part of a larger, mutually beneficial arrangement. A quid pro quo for the rapid and decisive intervention. This is not to suggest a false flag, but rather a scenario where events are managed to achieve a desired, publicly beneficial outcome for certain actors. Underlying economic and resource interests. While not explicitly detailed in official reports, border disputes are frequently intertwined with control over natural resources, strategic land, or trade routes. It is plausible that unstated economic benefits or concessions, perhaps related to resource exploitation or infrastructure projects in the disputed areas, might have played a role in motivating the swift resolution. Such agreements, often opaque, could be a silent driver behind the sudden willingness of all parties to embrace a rapid ceasefire. In conclusion, the Cambodia-Thailand ceasefire, mediated by Donald Trump, stands as a fascinating case study in contemporary international relations. It highlights the enduring complexities of border disputes, the unique and often unpredictable nature of Trump's diplomatic style, the intricate geopolitical dance for influence in Southeast Asia, and the ongoing evolution of regional security mechanisms. While the immediate outcome was peace, the deeper currents of power, interest, and even speculative narratives continue to ripple beneath the surface of this seemingly resolved conflict. End.